This girl never imagined she would fall for her sister's boyfriend. It all started because he would often gently pat her head and even taught her how to play the bass. He even named the mole near her eye the star of the eye. But Shinobu and her sister Akane were deeply in love, and they shared a common dream of making it in music. Aoi had to bury her feelings for Shinobu and hope that one day she could express them. But not long after, her parents died in a car accident, leaving Aoi with only her sister Akane as family. To better take care of Aoi, Akane gave up the opportunity to move to the big city with Shinobu and pursue her dreams. 13 years quickly passed, and Akane was no longer as young as before. She had no time to even date. Aoi felt that all of this was her fault, like she was a lot keeping her sister in place. This guilt pushed Aoi to work hard, dreaming that one day she could leave the small town and achieve great success through music. One day, as usual, Aoi was practicing bass alone in the temple. Suddenly, she heard a familiar voice. Shinobu asked Aoi why she was playing so poorly. The rhythm and fingering were disgusting. Aoi was shocked when she saw the familiar red hair and the familiar expression. She couldn't understand why Shinobu, who had been gone for so long, had suddenly returned. What puzzled her even more was that Shinobu looked exactly the same as he did 13 years ago. Shinobu didn't recognize Aoi, but Aoi couldn't wait to rush home to tell Akane the news. Shinobu stopped her, asking her not to leave and at least let him out. When they were teenagers, Shinobu couldn't leave the temple. Aoi didn't even notice and rushed straight to Akane, but she didn't know how to bring it up. It was then that Aoi suddenly realized that everything that had just happened might have been just her imagination. Aoi didn't mention Shinobu to Akane but asked if she knew about his recent situation. She told Akane that she had thought of Shinobu while practicing bass. Akane responded that she didn't even know if Shinobu was still alive. After learning that Akane had lost contact with Shinobu years ago, Aoi decided not to bring up what happened at the temple. However, Aoi didn't expect that they would soon meet Shinobu. The town was hosting a music festival to boost the local economy, and Akane, who was working as a staff member, went to the station to welcome the invited musicians. When the musicians appeared, Akane was shocked. She looked in one direction, and Aoi followed her gaze. After staring for a long time, Aoi finally realized that the bassist with the blank expression was actually the energetic Shinobu from before. But now, Shinobu seemed like a completely different person. He looked weathered and changed. Aoi suddenly recalled the Shinobu she had seen in the temple, and she couldn't understand it. Aoi and her friend Masashi returned to the temple, where Aoi told Masashi that there was indeed someone named Shinobu. At first, she thought she was mistaken, but the person she had seen at the station was truly Shinobu. When Aoi met Shinobu again, she learned through questioning that Shinobu's memory had stopped 13 years ago, when Akane had rejected his offer to go to Tokyo with him. Depressed, Shinobu refused to go home and came to the temple to rest. When he opened his eyes again, it was to the sound of Aoi's bass playing. When someone has strong emotions toward another person, their soul can leave their body. At 18, Shinobu wanted to leave the town to prove himself but couldn't let go of his first love who stayed behind. His regret created the version of Shinobu who remained forever young and indecisive. After hearing about the past years from Aoi, Shinobu was already eager to meet 30-year-old Akane. Meanwhile, Akane, now 30, was having dinner with Shinobu. As the one responsible for hosting the musician team, she had arranged for them to dine at the most local restaurant. They were happily chatting together, but the once deeply in love couple now controlled their glances. Shinobu drank steadily, and by the end of the dinner, he was completely drunk. Akane, who had not drunk, was tasked with taking Shinobu back to his room. In the privacy of their space, Shinobu finally asked the question he had wanted to ask for 25 years, whether Akane, still single, was waiting for him. Akane answered that she probably wasn't.